Hey everybody, so I get a lot of questions on how to keep your brush clean, and this is a very important question because one of two things can happen. It'll give you a lot of trouble. So the first thing that could happen is you start working with a brush that you haven't cleaned and you're putting on your powder, your beads aren't coming out right, and then you start to believe that you're the problem. So then you get frustrated with yourself, and some people even quit over this because they can't figure out a simple thing like this. The second thing is, if you don't know how to clean your brush, you're gonna put it up and you're gonna go leave it overnight, and when you come back, it's gonna be hard as a rock, and then you don't know how to clean it, so then you throw it away and you go buy a new one. So you are spending money that you don't need to, when in fact a brush could last up to years if you take care of it properly. So this is how we clean our brush. So every brush, you have the option to pinch it, or you could leave it round. I love to get it pinched because it gives you guidance on keeping it flat like this. So I use acetone and I use monomer. Some people say use 100% acetone. Don't do this because it's gonna make your bristles right here turn white and curly. You don't want that. Acetone's too dry. It dries out your brush too much. Monomer conditions your brush. So you want to have a mixture of both of these, acetone to remove the acrylic powder from it, but monomer to condition it and help remove the product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my monomer and I'm going to fill my dabbing dish up right there. So that same amount of monomer, you want to put 50% of acetone. So you could get this much. So it's a light toned liquid just like this. Next thing, you're going to put it in and you're just going to dance in here. You could do some salsa, bachata, whatever you want to do. Just dance in here, swipe up, curl your brush around, because this is going to let the monomer and the acetone get in your brush and start taking out particles. And if your brush is super dirty, you'll start noticing it's going to start getting cloudy, like milky white or whatever color you were using. So we're going to keep moving in here. Once you move in here, go ahead and start spreading on your paper towel. Now the paper towels you use are very important. I use Bounty because it's very thick and it has a lot of it's a quicker picker upper, so I get to like wipe on it, and the grit that it has on here, it grips the particles off and it cleans it very nicely. Okay, always do this right on the spot. Like as soon as you're done with your client could hang out for 30 seconds while you take the time to clean your brush before you store it in your cabinet or in a container. When I'm traveling, I have it in a container labeled clean brushes and I just put it in here. Okay, but when I'm at home, I have a little holder for it that I just stand it up right here. Okay, so you see how it's nice and clean. Another thing, since my brush is pinched, when I'm cleaning it and when I'm wiping on my paper towel, I'm wiping where it's pinched. I'm not going the opposite direction, because look how it makes it. It takes away the form. So we want to move around and we want to wipe it on the sides that are actually pinched, so it looks nice and clean just like this. Now if your brush is super dirty, you'll have to leave it sitting for like 10 seconds to a minute depending on how dirty it is, and take it out and clean it. Do it right on the spot because this is going to save you trouble and it's going to let your brush go a long way. Okay, and now it's good for storage. Avoid touching it with your hands because our hands contain oils. Clean it right off of here, and after you're done with your acetone and monomer liquid, get your monomer and kind of just drip a little bit on it so it could be full with 100% monomer. And there we are. This is how you clean your brush. I hope y'all take care of y'all's brushes so they can last you a long time, because when you spend $45 on a brush, you want it to last, and it can last. I've had this brush for like 8 months now, and so it's gonna go a long way. Store your brushes, clean your brushes, and I'll see y'all in the next video.